It's time, my friends, for another Devo tip on the Gospel of Isaiah. Is Minneapolis under siege? Let's look at Isaiah chapters 29 and 30. Well, we can easily identify those involved in the public conflict, can't we? But what if God is the besieger? I don't even know if that's a word. Besieger. In Isaiah 29, it says, "Are you amazed and incredulous? Don't you believe it? Then go ahead and be blind. You are stupid, but not from wine. You stagger, but not from liquor. For the Lord has poured out on you a spirit of deep sleep. He has closed the eyes of your prophets and visionaries." So, what is Isaiah's point here? Well, he says if you only see protesters and ICE agents and illegal immigrants, you may be in a spiritual stupor. Yeah, if you entertain the idea, just entertain the idea that God is the one besieging a city like Minneapolis, well, how would that change your view of the protesters and the ICE agents and the illegal migrants? Well, you express your righteous indignation, I'm sure, in the streets, perhaps, on social media or wherever. And you say, read this, read that. But have you noticed something? That the response is never, "Oh, wow, you changed my mind. Thanks a bunch." Doesn't happen to me either. Okay, people don't read our stuff. They skim and scan it, maybe. They've already carefully curated their feeds so that, as Isaiah says, the vision of all this has become like a sealed book. Yeah, we've built walls that are already cracked and bulging, set to collapse without warning. What practical steps can you take to break out of your echo chambers of existing biases? It's hard, isn't it? We can't blame it all on our news feeds, even though we want to. Isaiah adds this: "These people," God says, "come near to me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. Their worship of me is based on merely human rules that they have been taught." Would God lay siege to a city like Minneapolis, a city that uses religious rhetoric as a cultural mask and refuses to submit their moral outrage to the authority of King Jesus? Would he? Isaiah thinks so. We all want justice. We do. But who's going to fix our mess? We often default to looking to saviors in the wrong places. Instead, Isaiah urges us to look to the divine besieger, to astound us with wonder upon wonder and awaken us to his presence and power. So whether through conviction or mercy, discipline, or unexpected grace, his surprising intrusions are designed to expose the futility of self-reliance and draw us to himself. You see, humility summons divine justice, not social justice. What do I mean by that? Well, the critical difference is that divine justice addresses the root cause of injustice, which is sin, and the inherent condition of the human heart. Whereas social justice is hard to define because its focus shifts based on cultural consensus. Not easy. Well, Isaiah highlights divine justice. In that day, the deaf will hear. Out of gloom and darkness, the blind will see. The humble will rejoice in the Lord. The ruthless will vanish. Mockers will disappear. And all who have an eye for evil will be cut down. Those who with a word make someone out to be guilty, who ensnare the defender in court, and with false testimony deprive the innocent of justice. That's divine justice, isn't it? Humility and quiet trust in divine intervention will lead to real transformation. Isaiah says it this way: in repentance and rest is your salvation. In quietness and trust is your strength. The Lord longs to be gracious to you. He rises to show you compassion, for the Lord is a God of justice. Blessed are all who wait for him. Yes, bow your heart before Jesus, so that whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it," bringing clarity in seasons of anger, hate, and division. What will you do when God's Spirit steers you to the right or to the left? Will you trust him to guide you into truth? I want to challenge you, and this comes from my pastor a couple weeks ago. Buy someone a cup of coffee and ask them, what do you think God is doing in Minneapolis?